Hi, everybody. My name's Jason,
I'm Caden.
I'm Eli.
and we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very much for being a part of our little family. We are at the tail end of a book here, and it is another book I guess we can put on the list for Boss Clan that we've read with all of you guys out there on YouTube. And we really appreciate all of you guys who do read with us and who are out there across the various platforms. On Rumble, we see you, and Odyssey, we see you. Not a lot of you, though. And YouTube, we see you out there, all the different channels. Much love to all of you guys. Gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
Everything good? Any exciting stories you like? Got any jokes? Come on, I don't have my main dude Jade here today. So,
What do you call a piece of bread that thinks it's faking being a noodle?
what do I call a... One more time?
A piece of bread that's faking being a noodle.
Jade, what do you got for this?
I already told him the joke, so he can't do it.
Okay, I don't know.
An impasta.
Pasta. Oh, that's hilarious. Did you make that up?
No.
No, you found this somewhere. Okay. All right. So, guys, we are going through this. This is Yah Scriptures right here. This is the greatest English translation that you guys will ever find anywhere. It's been restored. All the name of our Creator, the name of His Son, the name of all our forefathers, everything is back in the order, and it does not have the... It probably, at the end of the day, it probably ends up with issues, but it's nowhere near the amount of issues that you have with the rest of these translations, especially things like the Sefer that have completely redone things and changed the name of Elohim completely around, mystified the deity of the Creator and His Son, and really jacked things up. And you won't find a better translation anywhere. So it's available right now, and for every purchase that you guys grab, we are able to get one full scriptures into the prison systems of the United States of America. And for this, if you guys would like to download this, it's absolutely free of charge. Yah Scriptures, single column. First edition, you can grab it right there. The Apocrypha is there, the eSword modules as well. And Amazon, all the books, we have short books here on Amazon, which you guys can get, including the Traditions of Men, which there is a black and white version of this now, which is way cheaper than the color version. So that is all there. Okay, it's $10. $10 less than the others, is what Miss Nicole says. Okay, so as we are into the last chapter of SHEMU'EL, Eli, are you recapping this for us, or who's recapping what's happening so far?
All right, what do we got?
We got everybody pointing across the table here. This is why.
No.
Okay,
Eli, you ready?
Eli, you go.
No.
Come
All right,
on,
so
Eli.
we had David. He became the king. He ruled over it. Then he ruled over all of Israel. And then he committed a great sin by killing Uriah, cheating, his wife cheating, him committing adultery with another woman. And his son died. He went into a small captivity against Absalom for this. Absalom basically took over everything, took over the kingdom. He ended up dead. He came back as the king, and now he's here, recapping the rest of his life.
Okay, Eli, do you have anything else on this?
No, I don't think so.
You don't have anything? Anything about where are we at with Yisrael as a kingdom right now? Are we split? Are we all together? What's happening?
So David's still ruling over the 12 tribes. They haven't split into the 2 and 10 yet.
Okay. And I guess yesterday it said this is the last words. These are the last words of David. But then in 2 Samuel 24, we are
One of the last things he wrote.
maybe the last thing before he died. But it's interesting where they put it. So this is the last chapter of 2 SHEMU'EL. So it'll be interesting to see where we move into. I think we might bust into the Apocrypha and start again with Adam and Eve, I think, is what we're doing. Okay, 2 SHEMU'EL 24. Okay, everyone ready?
Yep.
And again, the displeasure of Yahuwah burned against Yisrael and moved David against them to say, go number Yisrael and Yehudah. 2. And the sovereign said to Joab, the commander of the army, who was with him, go, please, throughout all the tribes of Yisrael, from Dan to Beersheba, and register the people, so that I know the number of the people. And Joab said to the sovereign, even if Yahuwah your Elohim adds to the people 100-fold more than there are, and the eyes of my master the sovereign see it, but why does my master the sovereign delight in this matter?
So this was something that was against the Torah. This is what they were told specifically not to do. Do not go around numbering the people. Do not go around taking like large censuses of the people.
That was back in the day, but then didn't Yah have the people censored? I mean, people were numbered before, right?
Yeah, for a while he had them numbered, but like that was under his command. They weren't supposed to be worrying about numbers here.
Why do you think David wants to do this? What purpose does he have with this? What is he trying to do?
I think he wants to see how large his army is.
Okay.
I think this is like a lack of faith he has here. Like instead of just trusting that Yah would give he himself, a single person, victory over tens of thousands of people. I think this is a lack of faith.
Okay. 4. However, the sovereign's word prevailed against Joab and against the commanders of the army. And Joab and the commanders of the army went out from the presence of the sovereign to register the people of Israel. And they passed over the Yarden and camped in Aroer on the right side of the town, which is in the midst of the Wadi of Gad, and toward Yazer, that they come to Gilead and to the land of Tatim Kodeshi, and they came to Dan Yain and around Zidon. And they came to the stronghold of Zor and to all the cities of the Kewites and the Canaanites, and went out to South Yehuda as far as Beersheba. And when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave the number of the registration of the people to the sovereign. And there were in Israel 800,000 brave men who drew the sword. And the men of Yehuda were 500,000 men. And the heart of David smote after him. He had numbered the people. And David said to Yahuwah, I have sinned greatly in what I have done. But now I pray, O Yahuwah, take away the wickedness of your servant, for I have done very foolishly. And David rose up in the morning, and the words of Yahuwah came to the Nabai, Gad, David's seer, saying, Go, and you shall speak to David. Thus said Yahuwah, I hold 3 before you. Choose one of them, and I do it to you. Gad then came to David and informed him, and he said to him, Should 7 years of scarcity of food come to you in your land? Or would you flee 3 months before your enemies, while they pursue you? Or should there be 3 days' plague in your land? Now know and see what answer I take back to him who sent me. All right, so what would you guys do? Would you guys take 7 years of scarcity of food? Would you guys flee from your enemies from before you? Or would you have 3 days' plague in your land?
They're all pretty terrible things.
Yeah. So
a lot of people die no matter what, so I'm not sure. I don't think
not a lot of people die. I mean, if he wanted to run before his enemies while they pursue him, it could only be him. I mean, it might not be anybody but him. Right, so the option is, or would you flee 3 months before your enemies? It didn't say all Yisrael, it said him. So what would you guys do? Or 3 days plague? Scarcity of food, 7 years scarcity of food. That's going to that's going to kill a lot of people.
That's probably the very worst one.
Yeah, and then so you have it. You want to eliminate it down to either 3 days plague, or running before your enemies, and for 3 months. So you have 3 months or 3 days. So I guess we'll see what he chooses. 14. And David said to Gad, I am in great trouble. Please let us fall into the hand of Yahuwah, for his compassion is great. But do not let me fall into the hand of man. So I guess he decided 2 wasn't good for him. So this is what's about to happen. And Yahuwah sent a plague upon Yisrael from the morning till the appointed time. And from Dan to Beersheba, 70,000 men of the people died. Now, what do you guys think of this? Is this
That's a lot of people died.
Are these the people's faults? I mean, is this how is this a just ruling? Is this a
I mean, David didn't directly really get punished, right? He lost 70,000 of his people, but he didn't end up losing his life. But all the other people that didn't number the people, they died.
Yeah, well, I mean, so there's a lot of people. I mean, 70,000 people, that's a lot. I mean, that's like a lot of little cities in the North America.
Is there anything on Josephus about this one?
I haven't made it. I don't know if I've made it this far yet, as far as this goes. So, yeah, I have a little bit before that. Well, here we go. So, 70,000 people dead. They dead. 16. And the messenger stretched out his hand over Jerusalem to destroy it. And Yahuwah relented concerning the evil and said to the messenger who was destroying the people, It is enough. Now stop your hand. And the messenger of Yahuwah was by the threshing floor of Arwa, the Jebusite. Arwana, the Jebusite. All right, now let's talk about this. Do you think it is one single messenger that is just slain 70,000 people?
Probably.
So that
chooses like put his hand over a certain city.
what does he do? Walk up to somebody, put his hand on them, and they fall sick.
I don't know. According to this, he just took his hand over. So he's probably up in the sky. And he just like waved his hand over a certain place, and they all get sick.
Where do we get that at?
Well, he said you're about to stretch out his hand over Yerushalayim.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, do you think the messenger has to go to them one by one, or is it?
No, I don't think so.
You think it's like a powerful messenger?
Yeah, it's probably something like one of the end days messengers that caused like all these death and destruction.
Maybe one of the ones that went into Sodom and Gomorrah.
Maybe.
That one dude, because he was able to like really raise some havoc. Okay, 17. And David spoke to Yahuwah when he saw the messenger who was smiting the people, and said, "See, I have sinned, and I have done perversely. But these sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray, be against me and against my father's house." So it seems like Yah stopped the messenger, and then David saw the messenger smiting the people. So is this verse out of order, or what do you guys make of this?
I don't know. I don't know here.
Okay, but David, he came to the aid of his people, but I mean, this is like probably
His
3
fault.
days.
It's too late.
Yep. Okay, 18. I wonder if the people knew this. You guys think the people knew that the reason all this plague was happening was David?
Probably not.
I don't know, because there'd be a lot of angry people. And maybe he probably didn't tell them, because if he told them, they'd be really angry with him.
Yeah, there'd be 70,000
They
families.
booted him out of Israel. They said, "Get out of there."
Yeah. Okay, 18. And Gad came that day to David and said to him, "Go up, raise an altar to Yahuwah on the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite." And David, according to the word of Gad, went up as Yahuwah commanded. And Araunah looked and saw the sovereign and his servants coming toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed before the sovereign with his face to the ground. And Araunah said, "Why has my master the sovereign come to his servant?" And David said, "To buy the threshing floor from you, to build an altar to Yahuwah, so that the plague be withdrawn from the people." And Araunah said to David, "Let my master the sovereign take and offer that which seems good to him. Here are the cattle for burnt offering, and threshing implements, and the yokes of the cattle for wood. All these, O sovereign, Araunah has given to the sovereign." And Araunah, I don't know how to say it. Is this in there? Araunah said to the sovereign, "Yahuwah your Elohim accept you." And the sovereign said to Araunah, "No, let me buy it from you for a price. For certain, I am not offering burnt offerings to Yahuwah my Elohim without cost." So David bought the threshing floor and the cattle for 50 shekels of silver. And David built an altar to Yahuwah there, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And Yahuwah answered the prayers for the land, and the plague was withdrawn from Yisrael. So, do you think David took the money out of his own personal money, or do you think he took it out of like the king's thing?
I would think he would take it out of his own personal money or something.
I mean, if he made a comment like that, let me buy, I'm not offering burnt offerings to Yahuwah my Elohim without cost, and he's taking it out of his own treasury, then it's just like,
And he had to pay for the animals. He had to pay for the land.
all right, well
It's an interesting chapter to end it off. I feel like there's more. There should be more like chapters after this.
probably,
For Samuel, but-
that's why they go into 2 Kings, right, or 1 Kings, right? Yeah, so, all right, so guys, we don't know what we're going to do, if we're going to bounce between this, or if we're going to head down to the Apocrypha and start in that. We might just start in the Apocrypha for a quick little change into this. Mystical, what do you got
Nothing
for us?
else can tell you.
Okay. All right. That's it, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Much love to all of you. We're out.
Shalom.
Shalom.